Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyattackTV to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and well, I guess pretty much with what I've been through the past weekend, finally getting to see one of the Conjuring movies by far. I think it looks like, I guess it seems like I need a little something to, you know, finally do a little something as of now to, you know, really show off that I really finally brushed that off my back for sure, and well, luckily enough, pretty much given to this latest thoughts video for sure that I've decided to do from what I could gather, and yes, I know I haven't actually been posting videos lately, aside from, of course, my shorts that I would put up on the regular, but hey, I need to do something to, you know, fill in the void with this channel for sure. But for today's thoughts video, well, I guess here's something you never thought you would hear from me for sure. I think it's about time that we return to, of course, a little something that is given to us from Japan. Yeah, I think it's about time that I talk about a little something from Japan for sure, and you know me, I always do love some good old Japanese cinema for sure, so yeah, I guess either way, I know hands down that is something we're going to be talking about for sure. But we're not just talking about a little something from Japan. How about, I guess, for the latest movie that we actually got from Japan is actually from a well-known anime series that we talked about previously all those years ago. Yeah, I think it will pretty much get you the idea, of course, of what I'm talking about for sure, and well, you know me, I always do love some good old-fashioned anime for sure, so, and holy crap, I think it has been about several months since after I talked about the last anime film that I've actually talked about in one of these thoughts videos. Hard to believe time has actually gone by for sure, but hey, I guess several months has been long enough from what I could gather, so I think it's about time that we get ourselves into talk about pretty much this one for sure, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front, and well, I guess it has been a long time since I've actually talked about a little something regarding pretty much this anime series for sure. So I think we should finally revisit this from what I can gather with, of course, the latest movie that we actually got very recently for sure, so yeah. I think it will pretty much really get you of course, it will get you of course, where we're going with, of course, this one. So I guess for this one, I think it's about time that we grab our swords and fight off some demons. Yeah, I guess that little hint will get you the idea, of course, of what I'm talking about for sure. But in case you didn't quite catch that, I think that is, of course, the tie-in to the latest movie that I just pretty much just saw not too long ago, which is none other than Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. So yeah, that's, of course, what we're going to be talking about here today. Not only is this the latest film that just came out not too long ago, but it's also the latest film based around the iconic anime series that we all know, which is, of course, well, Demon Slayer. So yeah. It's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alrighty then, well. So yeah, I guess before I could go ahead and talk about this latest movie, I think it makes sense to brush myself up on, of course, my history with, of course, Demon Slayer for sure, So yeah, I guess if you were to ask me from what I can gather, I guess out of many anime shows and movies that I really do love and admire, Demon Slayer is definitely one of those anime shows that I really do love in recent years for sure. And trust me, ever since I actually first pretty much took a look at it roughly 5 years ago, for sure, I really had a great time pretty much seeing that anime for sure, particularly through the first season from what I can gather. So yeah, and everything about Demon Slayer needs no introduction whatsoever for sure. I really do think it has a really engaging story, and of course some interesting characters and amazing animation by far, and yeah, and that's just to name me a few from what I can gather for sure. And I think with all those in mind, I think it actually does make Demon Slayer definitely one of my favorite animes in recent years for sure. Amongst plenty of others from what I can gather for sure. So yeah. I think it's what I can say, of course, that front for sure. And everything about everything else about my history with Demon Slayer in a nutshell, aside from the anime itself, to which for those who are wondering, yes, I am way behind, of course, on the Demon Slayer anime, so I've got a lot of catching up to do, but I just didn't have the time given to, of course, everything else I got going on, so I'll get to it once I get to it, so yeah. But yeah, aside from, of course, the first season of the anime that I really do love and admire for sure, I think following up to that, I actually did talk about the Mugen Train movie years ago for sure, and even to this day, I really do think it is a very solid movie in my opinion, and definitely I think truly, I think one of the great ones that I've actually seen back when I first saw it, hands down. So yeah. And of course, I didn't actually, I never saw the two compilation movies that came out afterwards, but I'll definitely take a look at them later on for sure. But yeah, regardless on that, just me only seeing the first season and the Mugen Train movie by far, I can definitely side with a lot of people in saying that I really do love and admire Demon Slayer for what it is, and truly a really great anime that's well worth checking out. Hell, I dare even say that I did talk about a couple of items that I actually got on WTPU, aka What the Pickup, that actually does revolve around the Demon Slayer anime for sure. And not to mention cosplay-wise, pretty much from what I can gather, I actually do have plans currently to actually cosplay one of the characters from Demon Slayer, that being, of course, Tanjiro for sure. With, of course, pretty much my girlfriend, Casamelli, joining alongside me in cosplaying Nezuko for sure, so yeah. But not to worry about a thing, I'm sure we'll get to it when the time is, when the time is right for sure, so yeah, but that's pretty much what I can say, of course, on that front for sure, but regardless on that, I still really enjoy Demon Slayer for what it is, and truly I think it's one anime that's well worth checking out for sure. So I guess given to that thought alone, pretty much when I heard the news about this movie that'll be coming up, I got myself really excited and really intrigued on, of course, where they're going to go with, of course, pretty much what they have to endure for sure. So yeah, and despite me being way behind on, of course, pretty much everything revolving around the anime for sure, I still want to give this movie a fair shot and see how it will fare up from what I can gather. You know, just like with pretty much what I did with other movies based around anime shows that I never actually pretty much never took the time to see for sure. I mean, hell, look at what I thought about the Dragon Ball superhero movie from like years ago for sure. Despite the fact that I never actually watched that season of Dragon Ball from what I could gather, but the movie was still great, so. But yeah, you kind of get the idea, of course, that front, so yeah. So I managed to get myself in to officially go and see this movie for myself, all thanks to the kind people at Crown City Cinemas. As always, you guys rock, and well, now that I've officially got back from, of course, seeing it, I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this movie now that I finally got the chance to see it? Well, surprisingly enough, yeah, pretty much what I thought about this movie is exactly on how I thought about the Mugen Train movie from like years ago for sure, so yeah. And for those who are wondering, yes, I really enjoyed this movie for what it is for sure, so yeah, I think with, of course, what I've actually seen, I really do think it really did an impressive job, of course, keeping the love and spirit of Demon Slayer for sure, but also continue on with it in such a way that could really get myself hooked on pretty much right on the edge of my seat for sure, so yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that pretty much of anything Demon Slayer yeah, pretty much Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, I really do think is actually a really solid movie in my opinion. I really enjoyed the hell out, of course, of this one, and I had such a great time, so yeah. It's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alrighty then, well, now that I've officially got the short version out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about for sure. For starters is, of course, the story, and yeah, to me, I really do think they really have a lot going on with the story for, of course, this movie for sure. I really do think it is actually very well engaging, in my opinion, that really does pretty much did what it can do to actually really keep true, of course, on what the anime is actually giving us for sure, and actually expand upon on what it's trying to do, hands down. Even, pretty much of anything, taking liberties from, of course, the original manga for sure. I really do think this movie actually has a lot going for, from what I've actually seen, that I really do think actually does have a whole lot of potential for sure, so yeah, either way, I really do think this movie really has a lot going on from what I can gather, and I really do think they really are accomplishing something pretty well, in my opinion, that I think this movie really has a lot going on for sure, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for the story for, of course, this movie. Now, as for the writing, I have to say, that too alone deserves a lot of recognition for sure. I really do think they really put a lot of hard-working effort in crafting pretty much the film's screenplay for sure. That I really do think actually has a lot going on for sure, and I really do like on what they actually did writing-wise for sure. It really is quite impressive to actually witness that for sure. And pretty much of anything, whether it's, of course, in its original Japanese version for sure, or translated to English, whether it be subbed or dubbed for sure. Yeah, you can tell they really pinpoint, of course, the amount of hard work they did to really make it all the more impressive for sure. And of course, let's not forget to mention a few pretty much heartwarming moments, like a few comedic moments in general, just to name a few from what I could gather, even some tragic moments as well. They all blend in perfectly, pretty much from what I've actually seen, and I really do think this movie really knows what it's doing to really try to make it all the more engaging, and I really do think they did an impressive job, of course, that front. So yeah, I guess give it to what I've actually mentioned for sure. Those two aspects, alongside some additions that I've decided to add in, really has a lot going for hands down, and I really do think they really did an impressive job with what they've actually put together for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alrighty then, well, pretty much of anything now that I got those two out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about the next couple of things I need to mention. To which next up is, of course, the characters, and yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, we all know the characters throughout the course of Demon Slayer for sure, and literally from what I've actually seen, I really do think they were given such really great development from what I could gather to really make them likable and interesting, and yeah, pretty much of anything, I really do think they really accomplished that quite well for sure, and not to mention, I really do love for the fact on how much the characters have actually grown in this movie, like, if you actually have seen the entirety of the anime for sure, you would definitely know they've really come a long way since they actually first started, hands down for sure, and yeah, literally from the start of the series, it's just a little, pretty much a little basic startup to, of course, what they're going through on their journey for sure. And of course, for this movie, they are really putting their skills to the ultimate test for sure. And yeah, that's something I really do think this movie really knows what it has to do for sure, and I really do love on what they actually did with the characters for sure. That I really do think this movie actually does accomplish hands down that I can really get behind for sure. So yeah. So yeah, whether of course you root for, of course, the pretty much our main characters that are part of the Demon Slayer Corps, like of course Tanjiro, Nezuko, Zenitsu, and Inosuke, just to name a few, to even some of the pretty much to even, I think, pretty much wanting to see the villains, or I guess in this case the demons, actually get their comeuppance for sure. I really do think they really actually have a lot going for hands down, and I really do think they accomplished that quite well. Hell, I dare even say a good number of the characters actually have a good number of story arcs that really are accomplished quite well, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for the characters, hands down for sure. Now, as for the actors that came on board to play all these characters, yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that, given for the fact that it is an anime for sure, so yeah, whether it be you actually saw this movie in the original Japanese track for sure, with, of course, English subtitles added in, or actually watch the English dub for sure, to which, by the way, the latter that I actually mentioned, I actually did see when I actually went to see this movie. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind, all the actors that came on board to play all these characters, they really pulled off such really great performances, in my opinion, that I really do think they have a lot going for hands down, So yeah, I really do applaud their commitment they actually did for each and every single performance for sure. And the way the voice acting is, of course, carried out in, of course, this one, I really do think they really put a lot of effort for sure. And even the voices they gave to the characters for sure actually does match their personalities very well, hands down. I can definitely go on, of course, a good number of actors pretty much in this movie that really gave off such great performances, but all of them actually deserve a hands down. To which I should mention, given for the fact that I did see the English dub version, I'm actually quite surprised that Channing Tatum actually got to be part of this movie for sure. I mean, really think about it. Channing Tatum, a well-known actor who has been in several movies that he's actually been a part of, actually got to be part of Demon Slayer. Now that is a whole lot of great amount of commitment that I really do think this movie did very well for sure. And given to that, we need more Hollywood actors to come on board and voice characters in different anime. Seriously. We seriously want that, Hollywood. Give us that. And, well, Crunchyroll, we salute you for that casting decision. We want to see more like that. Right now. And I do mean right now. But yeah, you kind of get the idea, of course, what I actually mean by that for sure. So yeah, given to, of course, both of those that I actually mentioned, I really do admire on what they did with the characters to make them likable and interesting, and I really do think the actors pulled off such really great performances, in my opinion, that I really do think they really put a lot of hard-working effort on hands down, so yeah. It's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Okay, I guess I'm done with that. Alrighty then, well, now that I've officially got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Actually, quite a whole lot, to be honest, so yeah, I guess pretty much next up is, of course, well, obviously, seeing how it is in anime, I should definitely talk about the animation for sure, and yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, much like with what I thought of Demon Slayer earlier, hands down, my point still stands with, of course, the animation, and of course, this movie for sure. I really do think the animation is just absolutely amazing and gorgeous to look at for sure. Yeah, I think with what I've actually seen by far, I think they did an impressive job with the animation from what I can gather. That I really do think they have a lot going for hands down that I can really get behind from what I can gather. Pretty much the way the characters are designed and drawn out, to the way they actually move, to even some of the nice usage of color, and of course the many different backgrounds and settings and stuff they actually dig to really make this movie look good. I really do think they did an impressive job, of course, that front for sure, and I really do think they really have a lot going for hands down to really accomplish on what it needs to do for sure, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for the animation, of course, that front. And given to some of the other anime shows and movies that I've seen over the years, that's saying a whole lot, so yeah, and of course the tonguing atmosphere as well. I really do think, yeah, I really do think it still fits in well for the style of Demon Slayer for sure. They really have a lot going for from what I've actually seen. That I really do think really fits in well from what I can gather. And plus, I think a few other bits and pieces they also added in for sure to really make it all the more gripping to actually witness for sure. Yeah, pretty much of anything. It actually does make it really fun to watch, and even pretty much some stuff they throw in actually does make it worth the R rating here in the US for sure. So yeah. And again, I know that's saying a whole lot for sure, but I really do think it's actually well worth it in my opinion, hands down. So So yeah, and not to mention the visuals and the effects, I will have to say, really does blend in perfectly with pretty much the entire film's surroundings for sure. That I really do think they really commemorating quite well from what I've actually seen, and I really do think they did an impressive job on that. Even the action, I have to say, with the many different fight scenes and stuff, I really do think is actually really impressive to actually look at for sure. And I do think this movie really knows what it's actually trying to do to really get itself hooked on from what I've actually seen. And I really do love on the way it's actually presenting for sure. So yeah. I guess it's what I can say, of course, that front, hands down. And, of course, the direction in this film from the film's director, yeah, I can tell they are really doing an impressive job on that. And yeah, the film's director really actually has put a lot of hard-working effort to really make this movie look good. And I really do love on what he actually did to really make it stand out quite well. And I really do think the direction in this is actually pretty well done, in my opinion. That I think really is well worth it, of course, on my front, hands down. So yeah, and of course, the cinematography, I have to say, that alone is also done marvelously, hands down. I think with each and every camera shot they actually did, it is actually very impressive to actually look at for sure. And I really do love on what they actually did to make this look outstanding for sure. And yeah, I think they really put a lot of hard-working effort in the cinematography, on top of course, everything revolving around the animation for sure. So yeah. And of course, the editing, I have to say, that alone is also done very well with, of course, each and every single part cut up perfectly, hands down. That pretty much really met with the film's runtime flawlessly for sure. And I really do think they really have a lot going for hands down. And I think they really did an impressive job, of course, that front, from what I can gather. So yeah, and not to mention, it does match up quite well with the film's pacing for sure, to which I know a lot of people are going to complain for the fact that the film's pacing just kind of actually doesn't actually fit in well with, of course, on what this movie is actually trying to do. But to me, I think they have a lot going for with the film's pacing, and I actually don't mind it, to be honest. So yeah. But hey, regardless of course, of that front, I really do think they still did an impressive job on the film's pacing, regardless, for sure. So yeah. But I guess with all that said and done, given to what I've actually said, I think it will get you the idea on how much I really enjoyed this movie, hands down. So yeah. It's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alrighty. Alrighty then, well, I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie as a whole. So yeah. Yeah, I think it's all what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, overall, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, I really do think is a really enjoyable and very solid movie that I really do love and admire, hands down, for sure. I think with, of course, what they actually did by far, it not only works quite well, and of course, pretty much has, of course, pretty much a movie, pretty much as a whole for sure, but it really does keep the love and spirit of Demon Slayer alive, hands down, and actually introduce a really clever story arc that really is really getting ourselves hooked on and really pretty much glued on to the edge of our seats, hands down. So yeah, literally, pretty much of anything, when the movie actually first began, for sure, I knew I'm gonna be in for a wild ride, for sure. And once it's over, I just wanted more, hands down. So yeah. I guess either way, I really do think this movie really did an impressive job in what it's actually trying to do for sure. And in the end, it not only makes it another great Demon Slayer movie by far, but it also makes it probably another great anime film that I really do love and admire all the way for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much either way, I do highly recommend this movie for sure. And yeah, given to, of course, what I've actually seen, I really do think this movie really knows what it's actually doing for sure. And I can't wait to see on what will come next for the future of Demon Slayer for sure. Because there's a lot going on for sure that will complete multiple story arcs that are showcased in the original manga for sure. And I'm excited to see on what other direction they're going to go next for sure, right up until the end of the series. So yeah, but we're going to leave that for the future to decide on, of course, on that front. But until that actually happens, if that's something up your alley, then by all means, I do highly suggest you go and check this movie out for sure. Trust me when I say you're going to get a whole lot with, of course, this one. And I think you're going to be in for such a really great time, hands down. Whether you're an average moviegoer or a diehard Demon Slayer fan, or both, hands down. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, for my final score, yep, I think this movie is very well deserving of it. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10 as my final score. So yeah, I really enjoyed this movie for what it is. In fact, I dare even say I definitely love it as much as I love the Mugen Train movie that we got from years back for sure. And yeah, I think it really does make it a very solid flick, in my opinion, that I really do think has a lot going for hands down, and I'm excited to see on what will come next for sure. So yeah, but then again, we're gonna leave that for the future to decide on, of course, on that front. So you may never know on what will come up for sure. But if that but until that day comes and you want to see this movie for yourself, then well, grab your sword and fight off some demons to get yourself in to see this movie for yourself. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, so I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie as a whole. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and by all means, I want to ask all of you guys, what do you think of Demon Slayer Infinity Castle if you've actually seen it for yourself? Do you actually really enjoyed it and think it really is on the same level as Mugen Train and really kept the love and spirit of Demon Slayer alive? Or do you absolutely hate it and think it's not worth your time? To which, by the way, to people who think that way towards any movie release from Japan, I don't know whether or not I would classify that as racist. Or I don't know, maybe it's just me, but we'll see. Or are you somewhere in between, of course, this one, and you just think it's alright for sure, so yeah, let me know down in the comments down below on what you thought of this movie, if you've actually seen it for yourself. I would love to know on what you guys think, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and, well, I guess pretty much of anything, I guess for the next one, well, I'm not going to tell you on what exactly I could be talking about next, because, well, even I don't know on what I could talk about for sure. But I guess pretty much of anything, much like with what I had to do with most of my other thoughts videos, pretty much the only thing I can say right up until then is, well, pretty much get yourself hooked onto your seat and truly wait until you can, well, ride the ride. But I assure you that for the next thoughts video, hopefully I think it'll give you guys something interesting. but I digress. So yeah, but until that actually happens, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyattackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the ThomasFan1, SamAttack4427's Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and plenty more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyattackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.